Hello, hello, hello! Happy Sunday! I hope you've all had an awesome week. It has been so cool for me. Really nice to be back into making videos and doing this YouTube nonsense again. Getting back to work, and the Japanuary theme has been a whole bunch of fun so far. So that is what we're going to mainly be covering today. We're going to be looking for some more inspiration for Japanuary, because it's not a fixed in stone thing. Any kind of projects, ideas, inspiration, and not necessarily everything I'm going to do is going to have the Japanuary theme, but I just want some inspiration from it. And Rosannie has been bringing up some great ideas as well. She's been researching more of the slightly horrific bit of it, with heroes and masks and macabre. That's probably more the word I want. So yeah, loads of cool things, cool ideas. So today we'll be hitting Pinterest and Instagram for some more inspiration, and mainly just having a lazy Sunday, because if I look tired, it's because I am. But if you guys can just let me know in the chat how we're getting on, if the audio, if everything else is fine. I'm not entirely sure I could fix it just now if I had to. I've had so little sleep, but it's all wonderful. And yeah, even just before I sip my coffee, have you guys seen this? This is so awesome. If you haven't heard of them before, the makers are a needle felting, well, a fibre company in the UK. They're a couple of girls who, women, I apparently shouldn't call people girls, couple of women who are really fantastic in the community, absolutely wonderful, and they sent me a mug. They sent me a mug and an award. So I have to tell you the little story of this. This was before Christmas, and I'd kind of heard on some of the Facebook groups, couple of people were posting up how voice is crackly, posting up how they'd got an award from the makers, and then I got an announcement of a tracking number saying I was getting something, and I got all excited, a little bit excited by that. It's such a nice thing to do, and it was so nice of them to do that. But it said that the tracking saying a parcel was coming, and that was just on the day that I was driving up to meet my mum. So I hung around for the post and nothing came, so it was fine. I drove up, decided I had to drive up, and then about 3 or 4 days later on the tracking it finally said it had been delivered. Now I was sitting 200 miles away, and I'm the only person that lives in my house, so I'm going, that has not been delivered. But when I finally got back down here, there was a card through my door saying there's been parcels for you, and we've left them at a neighbour's, a neighbour couple of houses down. So got together, went round, seen my neighbour, and they had a couple of parcels for me, but not this parcel. So I checked the tracking again. It said totally the parcel had been delivered. I searched my house, I searched all the bins, I checked with all my neighbours, well, the ones I'm talking to. You all know this feeling. I searched everywhere, no sign of the parcel, and I contacted the girls. I felt so bad. The women, not girls, women. I felt so bad about this, but I contacted them to be like, look, I really appreciate everything you've done, but there's no parcel, just so you know. And then a couple of days later, I'd gone out to work, I came back, and sitting on my back step was a parcel. I don't know who had it, where it had got to, what exciting travels it had, but got a mug from the makers, an award of the People's Maker, or that was so super nice of them. So I was so pleased with that. But anyway, that's the mug. The only complaint I have with this is it should be about 4 times bigger so I can swim in it today. And another thing I got in with it, they'd hand blended some fibres in some awesome colours. I don't know how they guessed what colours I like. I have no idea what was the giveaway. But there's also some fibres in it, which has given me an idea for a felting project for this week. So it's stretching the Japanuary a little bit, but hey, it's my thing. I've I've invented it so I can stretch it as much as I want, but I want to use these colours, so super excited about that. And while we're on the theme of Japanuary, oh, I actually should check the chat, shouldn't I? Do my actual job here. Right, so Mum's Mum saying everything's working fine. That's awesome. Hello, Mum. Sue's here. Perfect mug for me. Absolutely. It's so cool, and I love seeing all their fibres. They have such good colours. Oh, I was going to say the dragon I used, they're green, but I didn't actually film the dragon that I made because I was an idiot. And Red Karen's here as well. Good morning. I hope everyone's having an awesome day. Right, I just want to show you something, right? I was going to ask Wendy's permission if I could share this thing that I'm about to share with you, but she's my sister. She won't care. Wendy is not my sister, right? But for Japanuary projects, and if you want to share any of these projects and you want them to be shown, a little shout out on the live stream, just pop them in any of the groups, tag me, let me know that this is okay to be shared. I'm not asking Wendy's permission because I'm that type of person. But if you haven't already seen my video from Wednesday where I did the Kimmy dolls, I can't remember the proper name for that, but Kimmy dolls also works. So Wendy had a go at making one of my Kimmy dolls, and she went with it, ran with it, and did it awesome. So let's have a quick look at this. Can I pop to my screen? I can. That seems to be working. So I'm in love with the doll she made because she's also got some little accessories. I don't know where she got these. They must be so tiny, but it's so cool. A little thing in the girl's hair and the little fan as well, which I think is just so perfect because so often those Kimmy dolls have a kind of fan. And I totally love what she also did. Instead of the little flower that I do, it's like a cherry blossom leaf on the kimono. So awesome. Checking the chat while I'm at it. Who have we got? We also have Jackie. Hello there. Good to see you. And nails by Sharon. Yay! Hi Sharon. Not seen you for a wee while. I hope you had an awesome Christmas and everything too. Karen, first time here. Find it hard to make the armature. And Needle felt the skinny legs. I'm a newbie. Yeah, that can be fiddly, and also the biggest thing is just practice. But what you can get, there are things that make it easier. I would say the simplest, cheapest cheat. I'm going to say cheat because it's what I do all the time. If rather than just wire you use pipe cleaner, then your fibre has something to stick onto. And so that's, I should be onto my face here. I'm talking to you. Be professional. Yeah. So if you use pipe cleaner, then your fibre has something to grip onto, and I find I can make really skinny legs with that. The other thing is also to practice your wrapping skills. With this, it's going to be easier if you can wrap it fairly tight, but keep your strand of fleece as flat as possible, so don't let it twist up as you're twisting it round the wire. And that really helps. Another thing, if you've got nice armature wire, now I found when I'm wrapping it, if you just hold tight, get the first wrap round, once it's wrapped onto itself, it's sticking pretty well anyway, so I don't have a problem. But people do use, if you're in the US, Serafina has tacky wrap, sticky bun, all sorts of things. And in the UK, there's a few companies that the makers have a product, and they're actually, I believe in the makers shop they have a trio of products from other felting people as well, so that's really generous of them. So you can try 3 different samples and see what works for you. That is just a little sticky stuff you put on the wire that gives you that little hold to get started. And the other thing that I used, I had randomly lying about from doing makeup things, I had water soluble glue stick. In the UK we kind of call it Pritt stick. But water soluble glue stick, and just put a tiny bit on the end, and that gives just enough tackiness for the fibres to grip, and that's a bit easier too. Anyway, I hope that helps. And also the actual felting onto it, that just takes a bit of practice, really carefully getting the feel of where the wire is so your needle's not hitting the wire. And it can be easier, rather, if that's the wire that you've wound round, rather than trying to felt alongside, if you felt sort of up alongside the wire. I hope that makes sense and I'm not just randomly flapping my hands about. Jackie loves the mug. Thank you. As do I. That was awesome of them. Mum saying that's cute. Yep. Wendy did a great job with the Kimmy doll. Let's just quickly flick back to that because I'm wanting to show her off, and I know her daughter gets super happy when I shout her out. So we're not only shouting her out. Wendy, here is the work you've done, and it is bloomin' gorgeous. Really love it. Right, back to my ugly face. Jackie, it's beautiful. So right it is. Karen, and it's cute. Yes, she's done great work. I love this. Red Karen, you commented a couple of weeks ago on one of my videos, and I inspired you to start your greeting card business on Etsy. I do. I remember talking to you now. Thank you. My memory is shocking. So yes, thank you. I haven't had a chance to look through your videos. So glad that it inspired you to start up, and give us all a yell if you need help. It's such a learning curve to get started on Etsy, but it's really worth it. I mean, this last year has been my best year ever, and to be honest, I've probably put the least work into it because I was busy doing things like this. It's been kind of ticking along, but this year I'm putting some more work into it, so fingers crossed we see even better. Karen, you are most welcome. Mum, yep, you're right. Good luck, red Karen. I think a greeting cards shop is great, and Mum's the one to talk to there. She does greeting cards and that kind of paper craft and stuff. Specializing in unusual, wow, I'm bad. Unusual categories like polyamory, kinky, political action, and animals. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I think that kind of niche, because it certainly sets you out as something different. You can get some really cool, like, repeat customers, like, I don't know what the exact word I'm looking for here, but like super fans of your work because you're doing something that's just for them, but it's still really a large enough group, if that makes sense. There's enough people in that niche and they're not catered for. So yeah, I think you've hit totally the right idea there. Like, yeah, you could look and go, weddings is a great category. You can make thousands. The wedding shops do great, and they do, but that's the big ones. Whereas you can be the big shark in the tiny puddle on this subject. So awesome. Rosanne's here. Hello there, Rosanne. Just talking about you and how you're inspiring with the Japanuary, with the masks and the more grotesque side of the world. I can't wait to see your fox mask. Genuinely, I love foxes. Right. So the random thing we're going to do today, because if I'm totally honest, I'm slightly worse for wear. So I was going to do a shop review or stuff, but it really wouldn't be my best work. So let's get inspired with some Japanuary stuff. So all I've done, first of all, on Pinterest, I just searched for some Asian art. So let's see what we've got. If, like always when we're doing these kind of scroll through things, if you see anything you want a close-up look on, if you see anything that you think, yep, we should totally make that, give us a yell in chat and let's see if these are possible. But there's so many cool, beautiful stuff. Oh, I'm going to pronounce this name. Let's just go with Star. Hi there, Star. Hi, Pam. Love your channel. I'm a newbie and I have a suggestion for armature wire. I have some plant soft wire. It's wire wrapped in fine foam. Do you think that would work? It depends on the type of foam, but that could sound kind of good. Is it for like plants for in the garden, or is it like flower arranging type stuff? The only thing that's going in my head for soft foam, I'm just worrying if that's something that would degrade with time. I can't picture what kind of foam it would be, but that could sound kind of cool. I mean, I certainly flower arranging wrapped wrapped wires can be really good for felting, and also garden wire can be great because if you've got a nice good galvanized garden wire, it's designed not to rust and go horrible. and it's cheap, which is also really good. You can get miles of garden wire for cheap. So yeah, not entirely sure. I can't picture what you're talking about, but yeah, if it's not going to fall apart, and you can get it cheap, sounds good. Red Karen's shop isn't open yet. Right, get your shop open. You don't have to be perfect to open your shop, but get it open, because one of the biggest... Oh, I don't know what that ping was. Someone will have to let me know. Someone subscribed. Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, so get it open, because one of the best signifiers, right? I said we're looking into the Google ranking on Google thing, and one thing that Google really likes is things that have been around for a while. The more age you have, the more authority you have. Ooh, being old's a good thing. But you know, if someone has an active website that's been active for a long time, then that's better than a website that's just opened. So if you get it open and then work on making it good. But your brand's called TDKY Licky. Sorry, I'm TDKYLIKY. They don't know you like I know you don't. They don't know you like I know you. Awesome. Yeah, I get that now. Trying to read and speak at the same time. I know that's basic school stuff. Right, Karen, what gauge wire do I use? That is an awesome question. I do, if you search on my videos for, I've got a video on when I made the dragon armature, and I've got some, so I talk about the wire that I've got there, and that's what I use for really big things. I don't like too stiff armature. And when I talk about the camel, when we get to the camel kit, I'll explain my problem. I don't like too stiff that it's really not giving at all. It's a kind of balance in between. Right, I think the flower wires that I really like are about a 21 gauge. I might be lying. I'll check out and I'll put something up on that. But I also have a video on wires, garden wires from the supermarket. But what I found, it's not just the gauge, it's the type of wire are very different. So what you're best off doing is actually either buy a selection of wires and see what you like and remember what the good one was, or go to like the DIY store, go to the garden centre, go to the supermarket, and just stand there and bend the wires, see what you like the best. Because like a galvanized steel wire at the same gauge as a copper wire or a different type of wire, they have different strengths. So you might find some people would use like a really thick gauge wire in a softer wire, and you follow their advice on what wire to get, and you get something that's much harder and you're breaking your fingers trying to bend it. So my best advice is, we're all going to like different things. Some people like really solid wires, some people like a bit gentler. So go and squeeze. I'm doing handy wobbly things, but go and bend the wires. Take a bit about the length that your legs are going to be, and see how weak or strong it's going to be. Star, yeah, the degrading, that's the only thing that I worry about, but it sounds awesome. If you get pictures of it, or if you can stick a link of it for me, and we can have a nosy at that and see if it's any good. Really sounds interesting. I read Karen, it's called Tadiki Leaky. That's brilliant. I love that. Jackie, yep, you're right. The makers do a sample pack of wires, and that's some of the best ways to do things. I would love with needle felting to be able to say, this is the thing you need. You get this size of needle, you get this fibers, you get this type of wire, but we're all different. I mean, if you don't have the same strength in your hands as someone else, you might use smaller needles, different fiber, different different wires, so it's all personal preference, which is hard. I'd love to be able to just say this is what you do. Rosani, yeah, experiment. I mean, I think we all basically, most of us have stacks of fiber and wires. I should probably do a a fiber wire equipment exchange at one point, because I'm sure I've got tons of stuff that other people could use that I hate that they wouldn't hate. So look into that. That might be a fun thing to do at some point. Bernard's channel. Love the name. This is Bernard and Bernard's channel. Hi there. Good to see you. Karen, off to cook the roast. Awesome. I actually have the roast. I have a roast pork in the oven just now, but it was cooking from frozen. It's going to take about 2 hours, so I thought I'd put that on, talk to you lot, and then have something nice to eat at the end of it. But thank you for dropping in. Good to see you. Right, yeah, these pictures that we were going to be looking at. I love getting distracted. It's so cool. So, oh, I like these floor stickers. That is fun. Oh, it's opening a new page. That's different. Used to just pop out, didn't they? Let's go into the page. Yeah, that is really cool. Being a bridge on the floor over a hole if you've got wooden floors. That looks like a whole lot of fun. I thought I was just going to bigger the picture. And I love the pinks and purples, the colours you've got here. Right, oh, I want a close up at this one. That is really cool. I hadn't noticed until just as I was chatting there. And it's the woman, the kind of geisha woman with her koi carp kite, that's the word, kite looking into the water, and it's a fox looking back. That is beautiful. That is so lovely. Do I go back here? That's very pretty. And I love just the only splash of colour I can see is just on her lips there. That is beautiful. Oh, and even the foxy's hands are little claws with the nails and stuff. So clever. So gorgeous. Rosani says, love the peacock. There's the peacock. Oh, I would love to make a peacock, but I'm not going to make a peacock. I think that would take more time than I have. Maybe peacock's a project for the summer. It would be lovely to make, wouldn't it? They are beautiful. And now you've got me thinking. I'm going, how on earth could we needle felt a peacock? It would be beautiful. And I think, oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm thinking how to do it. But I can't remember the person's tutorial we took to make feathers using the bonding interface, but that might be good to make the light peacock feathers, make the feathers so we could felt the bird and attach the feathers. That sounds gorgeous. Oh, I'm tempted. If only there were more hours in the day, more days in the week. But yeah, that would be beautiful. And tigers, that's gorgeous. That is so nice. Just simple, but you just look at it and you go, yep, that's Asian, that's Japanese type thing. The tiger and the red sun, perfect. Oh, that's so pretty and simple, just the koi carp, but it's almost just like a single line practically, although I'm sure it's a lot more work than that. And call out if you see anything that you like the look of, or anything that we need to try. Oh, there's I've been thinking I've not done a 2D painting for a while, and something like this I think would be really striking, but also simple to felt. That could be fun. She is beautiful. Might have to find some images like this, because there's a lot of white space. It's it's a lot of bits we don't have to felt, which is awesome, but I think that would make a lovely felting project, or something like that. Right, we'll look up something like that. I've been seeing these figures everywhere. If you haven't seen them, they're artist models, but it's designed for like doing the kind of manga anime type drawings, and they go into all sorts of shapes and proper human-like poses. They are so cool. And you get all sorts of gadgets. I would just play with them. I wouldn't even use them for painting. Oh, she is gorgeous. That is beautiful. And she's got a dragon tattoo all up her back. That is for, I don't think I could felt that. I'm not good enough for that, but that is beautiful. So pretty. Rosanne loves the peacock colours. Yes, I do. Strangely enough, I don't usually like greens and things, but how it works in a peacock is beautiful. Doesn't have to be exact, just the illusion of plumes. Let the fibre and colour speak to you. Yeah, I totally know what you're saying, but I'm just trying to figure out how to do the illusion, doing it in my head. I can think of how to do these things in 2D, but when it comes to 3D, I know I would try and do it too detailed, and it would be too clunky and too thick, and the tail would look terrible. And I want just the floatiness. I'll think of something. If nothing else, if I can figure out how to make a peacock feather and then build up from that. Rosanne, it is also lovely. It's beautiful. And the cranes, yeah, they are pretty, aren't they? This one I've already passed some. I've probably passed some. But that's pretty and quite simple too. I have to make some birds at some point. Oh, here's another geisha one. That is really cool. I love the colours, the reds and yellows and Rosanne understands my rambling. I don't know if that's worrying or awesome that you can figure out what I'm banging on about, but I'm glad I make sense to somebody. Oh, wow. I mean, obviously we don't do ivory carvings and stuff, but the old historic stuff, that is so clever. It's like a snake carved into the tusk. That is beautiful. I can't even imagine how you think to do that, but it's so cool. But I mean, obviously we don't use tusk, ivory, bad thing, but still beautiful. And a peasant crossing a bridge, that is really cool. Oh, from a series of True Mirror of Chinese and Japanese poems. That's lovely. I love those kind of things. I'm going to come away with too many ideas. That's always the problem. I like that. That's super simple, but not, because like anything, like faces are so difficult, even slightly cartoony ones, because you get into that uncanny valley. If you get it too realistic, it looks a bit freaky. But yeah, that's beautiful and kind of simple, and yeah, I'm tempted to try so many things, all the things. I was going to say there's more cranes, but no, the title says herons, so more herons. Jackie, wow indeed. I don't even have to ask which wow, because it's just all wow. I'm not sure, well, obviously I knew koi carp and the geishas and all the beautiful art, but I wasn't sure when we searched for Asian art exactly what would come up. I was like, are we going to be getting like lots of fantasy stuff or lots of old stuff? Jackie, you get lost for hours in Pinterest. Yeah, I don't as much as I should, because whenever I do these kind of live streams, which is great fun to just get lost in some pins, whenever I do these kind of things, I do love it. So this is great fun just for inspiration. It is, that's what I'm trying to think back to, what the actual focus of this YouTube channel is supposed to be. And we're supposed to be inspiring and helping you create your creative business. So what is more inspiring than thinking up the ideas? That's where the idea of Japanuary came from. We're going to be inspired to make things based on this style, like what we did with the cats. Made a load of cat things and it worked out awesome. So making things in a totally different style from what you usually make things in, and then you do like what Wendy did and did awesome. Coffee's cold now. I need to insulating cup for my coffee. Yeah, you do like Wendy did. She was inspired. I'm going to bring that up again because I just want to brag about Wendy's work because it was so awesome, and we've got some new people in now. So she was inspired by my Wednesday video, and look at the wonderful thing that she made. So hopefully we can all get ideas from each other, challenge ourselves in a different direction, and end up with rocking something like that, which anyone would be proud to make. So that's my thing there. Oh, Nails. Sharon's gonna have to go. Message you later. To let me know what's going on. Well, good to see you anyway, and I look forward to. I hope everything's okay, but I look forward to hearing from you later. But yeah, it's been great to see you. And Magdalena's back. Hi there. It's so good to see you. This is really sad, but actually, when I don't hear from people now, I'm getting a bit worried. I'm like, where is everything okay? Because this is a real weird world where we sort of know each other without knowing each other. So I only kind of get to know about you when you pop up online. So yeah, it's great to see you. Gosh, missed your live feeds. Happy to be here. Happy to have you here indeed. And the Japanuary inspiration. Yeah, I've always loved everything Asian-y, Japanesey. I tried for so many years to grow bonsai trees, so much so I think I've said this before. I've got so many bonsai tree corpses, so many that I've killed, that my family now hustle me past in a garden centre. If there's bonsai trees, they just hustle me past, suggesting that if I even look in their direction, they will die. I have that power to kill bonsai trees, apparently. Rosani, so I guess we just decide if traditional or just inspiring. It's all fun. Love Wendy's. Yeah, that's it exactly. This is a very loose theme. You decide what kind of thing you're gonna do. It's just an idea. And yeah, Wendy's was so awesome. And Magdalena, exactly. Yeah, Wendy did a great job. I was so pleased. Rosani, fans are fun to make as well. Yeah, brilliant. I think we did something like that at school. That was good fun to make them. I actually wonder if there's. I'm trying to think of a felty. See, if maybe doing like a really fine new felt. I mean, obviously you would need metal or plastic or something for the the mechanism of the fan. But I was just wondering if a new felt could be a fabric for a fan, or making those feathery fluffy bits on the end or something. Yeah, I'm probably thinking too much, and I know I'm not going to make it. I don't have time to make it. Um, Magdalena, no, oh, the Spain sounds lovely. Yeah, I hope you had a great time. I've never been to Spain, but it does look beautiful, and I could do with a bit of sun. It's miserable here just now. Jackie, the wisteria is beautiful. Which one's wisteria? I don't know. Is this wisteria? Is this? Well, it's purple, so I'm gonna like it anyway. It doesn't tell us what things are. Um, Marissa, good morning. Good to see you here. How are you doing? Yeah. Sorry, that sounded way worse than I meant. Marissa, good to see you here. So that sounds better. Oh, Rosani, paddle fans, yes, and that is a much more Japanese type thing anyway. That's a great idea. To make a kind of paddle fan, and you could felt on a beautiful design. Oh, good, yay! Good help with inspiring. This is great. Loving this. Right, let's actually move down. Oh, speaking of fans, I love this is great because I love the movement in it, and sort of the impression of the dress flowing and everything. I'm trying to think how nicely or not that might work in felt. Oh, I'm tempted. I really like that. Right, I'm just gonna save that. It's in the total wrong board, but I really like that. I can see that in lots of different colours and things. That could be gorgeous. And it could, I think I would like to work a little bit in the felt in a little more looser style. I think we could get a kind of flowingness. So it's almost like do her face and get the fans, but the rest is just felt doing its thing. I think that might be cool. Right, that's a plan. Although that's, as I said, this week coming up, it's going to be something inspired by the makers. I've realised I'm not on my full face. By the makers, the fibre that they blended specially for me, which I'm totally impressed with. So I'm going to have a try at something loosely Japanese. But I was wanting to do a painting, and I think that might be the way to go. Jackie, yes, the purple. Yeah, cool. Well, I like anything purple, and it was beautiful. Magdalena, hope everyone had a good Christmas and New Year. Yes, indeed. I had, it feels like forever ago, but yeah, it was really nice. Visited with Mum, and we had a fairly nice, quiet time. Binge watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon. Got an Amazon Prime free trial for the month. I ate far too many festive crisps. I've got a friend who every year, just before Christmas, he goes out and buys lots of all the special types of cider because he knows I like cider, and all the festive crisps. So we tried lots of different flavours of festive crisps. Put on a lot of weight over Christmas and New Year, but that's going away. That's no problem. But yeah, had a really great time. I got some felting done as well. Rosanne, wisteria is fun to add. Yeah, I haven't really tried that. I've only done those little flowers that I put in my video on Wednesday, which are not really flowers, they're like little balls. Little balls. Megan, yeah, it's gorgeous. Rosanne, parasols too. Yeah, that would be really cool. More in different mediums. I don't think I could felt that, but I love the parasols and the fans in just the paper that are so, they're so delicate. It's just such a work of art that's not going to last. They are beautiful. Marissa, Pam, you should felt something Japanese inspired. It's funny you should say that. I'm going to pop to my face. That's roughly what we're working on this month, but I'll see if I can find stuff on YouTube without making noises. Just back to my ugly mug while I'm searching in case something dodgy turns up on the internet. We know what the internet's like. But I did on Wednesday. Why when you click the things you don't get what you want? Right, so my Wednesday video, oh, dead air. Start talking, Pam. My Wednesday video, I made these little Kimmy dolls. Well, I made this little one, and I let you see all the inspiration of all the others that I've made, and well, all the others that I still have left. A few years ago, I made an absolute ton of them, and I've sold quite a few of them. But yeah, I've got these little dolls that I made. So that's what I've done so far, and I have some more ideas for other ones. And then after I made this, after the video, that's where Wendy was inspired to totally run with that and do way better than me, which is great. I love that when people have the ideas and try things. So I've had a go at them. I've got another thing this Wednesday coming. We're going to call loosely inspired by Japanese stuff. And then I'm seriously considering this one. I'm thinking about it. I'm not promising, but I'm just trying to think if I've got the right colours. I might have to do some shopping. But yeah, this is a thought. This is a thinking. But I'll definitely do something. I think I'll definitely do some kind of painting. 2D felt painting. But it might be her. I am quite in love with her. But we'll see. Anyway, that's saved. And if there's anything else you guys see. Oh, this just made me think. Another thing I had thought of doing. I've had a gorgeous fake. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. This one. I've had a gorgeous, not ivory, obviously, a fake dragon sculpture thing for ages, and I've kept looking at that and thinking that would make a great felt, because what I would love to do is to do it like felt it all in the one color, and then felt the darker colors into the crevices and everything to make it look like that aged kind of sculpture. You know, it's got the dirt between all the bits, like you can see with that. And I thought that could be a really cool thing to do with felting, that is taking it away from, you know, our medium of, basically we want our felt to be clean and wonderful, but to make it look, do you know what I mean by that little bit of grunginess? But I think that would be really cool. Oh, there's some more of them there as well. They're gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, that's a possibility. Too many ideas. This is such the silly thing. I look at this for inspiration, and I get more inspired than any person would have time to do everything. She's pretty as well, isn't she? She's gorgeous. And it's all the detail in the painting of her clothes as well. So beautiful. And the flowers and the headdress, and oh, that's lovely. Why are people so talented? Oh, and she has a lovely face. Yeah, this is Korean folk art more, but I love these. These just make me laugh so much. We should maybe try and make something like this. I think this would be hilarious to make into 3D. It's great fun, and there's the tiger with tigers crawling all over it, and then I don't know what the birds look like. Magpies. It says tigers and birds. Look like some kind of magpies, but they're a bunch of fun. That just makes me smile. That is so cool. Love your felted paintings. Thanks, Rosa. I can't paint. I'm not very good at painting, and I've just been amazed how well. Okay, I feel I'm cheating with the 2D felted paintings in that I'm transferring an image on. So it's more like making a kit, like needle felt, not, this is needle felting, like cross stitching. Wow, like cross stitching, if you know what I mean, where you've already got the design. Even if you do it yourself, you make the design and then you're copying it on. So I feel that I make a design and then I'm filling it in. But I've been amazed how, I don't know, it just seems so much easier. Maybe I've just found a thing I can do. Yay! Antique or relic dragon. Yep, thank you. I knew someone would know the right names for things. This is great. I don't need to know stuff. You guys are so intelligent. You do the knowing stuff for me. Well, that's pretty too. I don't know what kind of birds they are, but they're cool. I love the splashes of colours. It's so nice. Oh, there's nice ones down there too. They are really pretty. It's mainly just reds and light blues and light orangey yellows. Very cool. Right, I'm not sure. Should we be looking for inspiration for 3D or 2D, because it's beautiful every way, or a vase, a needle felted vase? That would be fun. Oh, here's a parasol, like you said, Rosani. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not even going to try felting a costume with so much detail and colour. It's beautiful. And then the background's a riot of flowers. The more you look at it, the more you see. That is bonkers. It's so good. And then a panther dragon. Oh my god, yeah, it's got dragons coming out of its tails. That is brilliant. What do they say about it? Amazing, scary, but amazing. Yeah. Oh, I'm tempted. Wouldn't that be fun to? That'd be fun to make. Like I say, is trying to do in 3D what you see in 2D there. That would be so much fun, because I'm seeing like little cyan. I think I've got some terrible cyan wool that I need to get rid of. But just sort of like feathering coming out of the legs. The flame coming out of his mouth is a little cute character. Oh, I'm saving this. Right, we're stealing that. But I love the colours, and it's mainly black, and there's snakes for a tail. That is so cool. I think we found a thing. It's a bonkers thing. Rosani, still fun to transfer art, and that's okay. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I've said, the ones where I'm taking other people's art and transferring it and stuff, I would never sell it, but it's for me, and it's for me to learn. But I could very much, these kind of things where, you know, if I took a photograph of something that was really cool, or someone sent me a picture, anything like that, I could use a photograph and then transfer and then do it. And then that's still, it's not fine art, but it's still something. I keep thinking to myself it's cheating, but it's not really. It's just a different way of doing things. But yeah, I'm kind of in love with him. The more I'm looking, I'm just like, I want to do these crazy eyes. And I can see there's someone on YouTube I follow. If you haven't seen her yet, check her out. It's Nerd E Crafter, and she's really cool, and she does a lot of polymer clay art, and she'll take people's drawings and turn them into polymer clay, which is probably where I'm getting the idea for this. And I could see this done in polymer clay, but I want to do it in felt. I want to fleece this. Fleece this. Oh my! My grasp of English is terrible, but just that looks fantastical. And it might work in felt. And if it doesn't work in felt, you'll all get a good laugh at me. Right, so I think Rosani's spirits and demons are fun. They are, yes. I think we've got projects for the whole month of Japanuary. Well, I have. I think I've got my super secret project for Wednesday. Got that super secret, but using the colours from the makers. Got that project for Wednesday, which I'm totally looking forward to, and then working on a 2D picture, and inspired by this this creature, this fantastical creature. This could go so bad, or it could look so amazing. But yeah, that's projects for a month. I'm inspired, and that's the whole point. That's the whole thing, is just to inspire us to try things. These are not things that I would try, and it's the same like when I did the steam pup. I'm pointing over my shoulder because it's up there just now. When I did the steam pup, and I thought I'm going to have to do things with polymer clay and mixed media and things, something out of the normal has you having to try different things and have great inspiration for, you know, maybe things that you wouldn't have tried. That's a terrible sentence. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's that's the whole point. So yeah, I think I've got inspiration for stuffs. So guys, thank you so much for helping inspire me. This has been great fun. Right, so I'll give you all a couple of minutes. If you could let me know in the comments what your projects for this month are going to be. Doesn't have to be based on my Japanuary or whatever, but what are you working on? What are you making? I nearly forgot, I've got to show you this little guy. Oh, stay there, needle. Is my camera gonna show him up? And actually, the real dog is even more bonkers than this little guy. I don't think I've captured quite its insanely funness, but I had so much fun making that. He has been so much fun. I still have a pile of bodies. I have in my shop just now. I am so happy that it is still doing well. I've put my prices up. So if anyone's worried about putting their prices up, it's something that I worry about a lot. I think I'm going to kill my shop. I've put all my prices up in January and I'm still doing okay. So pleased with that. Right, yeah, so where was I going? Yeah, what are you guys' plans, losing the ability to speak, what are you guys' plans for this month? What projects are you making? What things are you wanting to try? Are you planning trying any of my little tutorials? That would be awesome, but what kind of things are you planning on? Where? Eileen, I love your work. I learned so much. Thank you. Oh, you're most welcome. I'm super glad to be able to help people, because that is the whole point. You guys inspire me to try and do better, and hopefully I can pass it back again as well. And even as we see with Rosani and a few other people that pop in here, even if you're not needle felters, it's not about needle felting. It's about using the craft that you have. It's using what you make and making it better, making it different, having ideas. So yeah, that's that's it. Magdalena, I know, it's so stinking cute. Yeah, but the real dog, so much cuter. Rosanni, the panther should be a walk in the park. You're so good with torsos. Seriously, hopefully I'll be able to get the body. The body isn't worrying me, but it's let's go back. I mean, yeah, I'm happy with the body, but it's getting all these extras, to thinking how to do the texture, thinking how to get the kind of wobbly open mouth, to get all the feel for the different things and put all that colours on and stuff. But I'm super excited. I'm super excited to try it. It's enough of a challenge, and I'm also thinking how to make the tail that splits into two snake heads, and possibly have flame coming out of the mouth of the tail. Oh boy, yeah. Sounds so much fun though. Eileen, you made two things and loving it. Fantastic. That is great. It's lovely to see people at the start of their journey, and yeah, especially loving it. I mean, that's the thing. I think with needle felting, you either make something, you make your first thing and you're like, yay, this is great, this is my thing. Or other people make things and they don't like what they've made and they're like, no, I'm giving up, this takes forever. And I'm sad, but that happens with people, because like any art, any skill, it takes a bit of practice, and the first things you make are not going to be your best things. So people do get disappointed with their first goes, or they get inspired. I loved it. I loved my first make. He's sitting over there. I'm not going to get him just now, but it's terrible. It's badly felted. It looks a bit of a mess, but it was great fun. I learnt so much. So I enjoyed it and stayed with it, and I'm glad I did. Um, Jackie's trying to turn my horse to more like a horse than a rhino. Ah, yes, I remember you're a rhino horse. I think a rhino or a horse are both awesome things, but yeah, horses are hard, and I do have in my planning book behind and in my head, I am going to do a horse. I'm going to figure out properly how to explain. Instead of just making it, I'm going to explain how to do the armature properly, how to do all the points of the horse, because they are awkward. So yeah, we'll get a nice proper decent tutorial for a horse, and something we can make together. Georgia, it'll come to you, but don't overthink it. You are so right, and that is, yeah, sometimes you can get frozen by trying to plan things and you end up not doing anything. Sometimes just go with it. And fantastic thing with needle felting is, if I mess up a bit, I can cut it off and start again. You've never failed, so it'll work. Yes, I'm determined. And Magdalena's still on vacation mode, so need to think about next week. May do one of the Japanese dolls you did on the video. Awesome! If you do, you know the rules. I have to see it. But yeah, it's actually, they're a super cute, fun, like easy little project that I think just about any medium as well. For people who aren't needle felters, I've been prodding Rosannie and saying you don't have to do it needle felt as well. So she's started felting and is fantastic, doing really well. But I think it's a project that just about anything you make. I mean, you could knit one, you can definitely crochet one, you could paint one, you could make it out of dampened tissue paper and paint it. Anything. Seriously, you could make them out of just about anything. So yeah, there's no excuse. Jackie's 2D felted a picture of her brother's dog for his birthday present. Oh, that one's a secret till Wednesday. Look forward to Wednesday then. Fantastic. I don't know why I've not done 2D dogs pictures yet. It will come. We're going to need to have another dog month. Eileen, I'd like to see it sometimes. I can't. I'm not sure what we were talking about there. That's the problem with lag and getting sidetracked. Sorry. Marissa's attempting a bison leather clutch. Almost done. Definitely show you pictures when I'm done. Please do. Oh, I would love to be able to work in leather. I love the feel and the smell and everything to do with leather, really. And I don't think I've ever seen bison leather, but that sounds awesome. And making a bison leather clutch, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, so guys, I think that can about do it for us today. It's been awesome chatting to you. I've got some inspiration, which is even better, and I hope you've all got some inspiration as well. It's not all about me. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Eileen, do I have a felting group? Yes, a Facebook group. Yes, I do indeed. I will just pop the link up to that just now. It's Pam Duthie's Felting Friends. Just as well I saw that before I shut off. Yeah, and anyone can join. It's not just about felting. Join in. It's about. We're happy to see any creative stuff, any questions about building your business, selling your creative stuff, or just to chat and see everyone's work, because everyone shares there and it's fantastic. Magdalena, it's the year of the tiger. Good. Thank you. I meant to look and see which year it was. I'm not sure when the Chinese New Year is. I'll have to check. But year of the tiger, awesome. Yes, Rosannie's started needle felting. Not very slowly. She's done great. I think the one that I'm thinking of that I saw is where you felted the legs on, like stripy legs onto something. So yes, mixed media for the win. I'm just wondering if I'm able to find it in the group real quick. Probably not. Right, tell you what, Rosannie, next Sunday, share it in the group just before I go live. And then I'll let people see it that way. Chinese New Year, 5th and 6th of February. Thank you so much. We'll have to think of something then. Got a wee bit of time. Right, everyone, yeah, you all have a great week. Thank you so much for dropping by. I love it that you guys turn up and you chat. It blows me away. But yeah, have a great week, and I'll see you in the week.